Hello and welcome. You're watching this special edition of India Up Front. It's a super Saturday and we've taken you through most of the big states. At 8 p.m. today, we tell you about states which could have major upsets in store. I'm Padmaja Joshi, and without further ado, we are going to delve straight into the numbers and tell you what these key states are going to throw up this time around. And getting you started, we are going to begin with the state of Karnataka. A major upset in the assembly elections for the Bharatiya Janata Party, where it ended up giving the government to the Congress party. A well-coordinated campaign where the Congress swept to power with Siddaramaiah as chief minister. What happens in the Lok Sabha election? And the BJP and JDS together are getting 23 out of 28 seats here. The Congress 5 seats and others are at none. Let's take a look at the vote share now. And the vote share as compared to 2019, we'll show you comparison in just a bit, but the BJP and JDS together have 53%, the Congress 44%, and others are at 3%. Let's take a look at the comparison of the seats between 2019 and 2024. You have the BJP at 25 in 2019. Now the projection is it will be at 21 or 22. So the Congress, despite a thumping win in the assembly election, is not able to capitalize much on its gains there, and only a gain of 3 to 5 seats is happening. The JDS pretty much is at the same spot. Let's take a look now at the poll of polls for Karnataka. What does it say? The poll of polls again says that you have Access My India, NDA plus. All right, the PMark exit poll gives 22, Matrice gives 22, and we also give about 20 to 21 or 22. Let me quickly introduce to you the guest joining us now. Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson of the BJP. Cephalogist Jemruk with me here in the studio. JVC Sriram, political strategist and commentator. Tushar Gupta, political analyst. Dr. Akashdeep Muni, political analyst. Tehseen Poonawala, all here with us. And we'll go state by state. First up, Karnataka. JVC, what do you make of these results? 21 or 22
I think
seats?
it's a stupendous performance, considering the fact that BJP had a drubbing in the assembly election. It is an vote for Modi, and we need to also look at how much of Lingayats are back to BJP. Because Lingayats had moved away in the assembly election. Now, if Lingayats plus Okaligas have come back to BJP, then that's a big story there. And we also need to look at Bangalore rural seat. Bangalore rural seat, is DK Suresh winning or is losing? If he is losing, then Tehseen Poonawala, I can tell you, there is going to be a conspiracy angle between DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah.
No, and there are a lot of seats in the north as well, which are going the Congress's way. So what will be interesting to see, which are these seats that the Congress is gaining? What is your sense, Tehseen?
My sense is, I have no reason to doubt your numbers, but I don't think the Lingayat vote, despite Shettar, etc., shifting, has gone decisively to the BJP. I do believe very strongly in Karnataka, the Congress will get 14 to 15 seats. I do believe this extremely strongly. Forget whatever I say as rhetoric. I'm not saying that. I do believe the Congress is an extremely strong organization, and it's a very resourceful organization. And both the states of Congress in Telangana and Karnataka, they fought very, very hard. They have no shortage of resources, aggressive chief ministers and a deputy chief minister in DK. So I don't see why the Lingayat vote has gone back. In fact, yes, some amount of Lingayat votes would have gone, but not. The Vokaliga votes, the minorities vote, the Kurba vote, the SC vote is by and large with the Congress. I don't see those numbers
slicing and dicing of the caste-wise data as well, but from what I know right now, the Kurba vote, over 50% of the Kurba vote has actually gone to the BJP.
How?
Among Vokaligas, the majority vote has gone to the BJP, and among the Lingayats also, majority vote has gone. That's what we are seeing in the exit poll. Jay, what do you make of these numbers?
I would look at history. 2013 assembly elections, the BJP got about 39-40 seats. Yet 2014 parliamentary elections, the BJP was 17 on 28. 2000 cut to 10 years later, 2023 assembly elections, the BJP is around 65. So therefore, a parliamentary number like 23 does not look unreal or unnatural. I think it's perfectly in tune with the last trend.
Sanju Verma, you have reason to smile. Most people predicted a complete decimation of the BJP in the Lok Sabha in Karnataka. You have problems. You still have problems, the corruption tag, the infighting, but 22. Last time you had 25, this time you have 22.
Padmaja, if there's one person on the panel who's smiling more than me, it's Tehseen. I say that on a lighter note. But coming to the more
sorry,
pertinent
I'm smiling
point,
looking at you smile. Sorry, I'm smiling looking at you smile.
Okay, good. Good, Tehseen. I'm not in the mood to fight today because the numbers on Padmaja's, screen, they tell a story. And the story is, फिर से इस बार तीसरी बार मोदी सरकार. But anyway, coming to the moot point, I think, your colleague Jay made a very interesting point. BJP's worst performance in Karnataka assembly elections was 2013 when we got 40 seats only. But in the subsequent Lok Sabha elections, our tally was 19 seats, which then became, 17 to 19 seats is what we got in 2014. It was again sub 20 in 2019. We got 25 seats in 2019. The limited point is this. Karnataka Congress's best performance in last 3 Lok Sabha elections, 2009, 14 and 2019 is 9 seats. And the BJP's worst performance in Karnataka in the last 3 Lok Sabha elections is 17 seats. So look at the disparity. The so-called main opposition party ki best performance is limited to 9 seats on the higher side. And the BJP's worst performance on the lower side is limited to 17 seats. I mean, look at the disparity. But the more important point is this. The numbers don't always tell the entire story, though they give you a good sense. I think one very important point which we have to understand is that while DK Shivakumar comes from the Vokaliga community, the Kuruba community is where Siddaramaiah comes from. And let's be very clear. This election is not about Lingayats versus Vokaligas versus Kurubas alone. This election, 2024 Lok Sabha Karnataka, is a mandate about the misgovernance in the last 1 year. Barely a few days back, the Karnataka Siddaramaiah government completed a year. They said 10 kg ration free denge. They went back on that and blamed Narendra Modi and the Food Corporation of India. And Bhai Sahab, when you said we'll give 10 kg ration free, did you ask the Food Corporation of India? Food Corporation of India's buffer stock is meant for contingencies, not to, adhere to election promises. Then wait a minute. Look at the number of Hindu saints, seers, and 3 or 4 Jain saints and seers murdered in Karnataka. Look at the case of Neha Hiremat. It took a Narendra Modi, a JP Nadda, and an Amit Shah to bring focus. Okay. And of course, media houses like Times Now. DK Shivkumar ne kaha kuch hua hi nahi.
Anti-incumbency already kicking in Karnataka. Tehseen Poonawala?
I don't believe these numbers. I believe all your other numbers, but I don't believe Karnataka numbers for sure. I believe the Congress is getting 14 to 15, worst case scenario. But on the rice thing, I just want to say that rice from the scheme, that was the flagship scheme of the Prime Minister, the rice was being sold by the government, the union government, for alcohol and not being given to poor people. I think that is uncalled for. The same FCI from Chhattisgarh. From the Chhattisgarh procurement allowed it, whether it was the Congress government. That's unfair. You can give rice for alcohol. You can't give it for poor people.
Okay, very quickly, Sanju Verma respond, but let's not digress, please. Sanju Verma respond to this. Let's not digress, please. Yes.
I wanted to correct
can
that.
I please, Tehseen?
Yeah, please.
Padmaja, the beauty is that Tehseen can lie with a straight face. Let me be very clear. The Food Corporation of India has a buffer stock which is meant to be used for contingencies. When there is a drought or there are floods and suddenly the food production takes a dramatic, fall, or, for any other reasons, but it is certainly not meant Please keep quiet. It is certainly not meant for election promises by a debilitated Congress party जो कहती है 10 kg ration free देंगे बाद में कहती है अरे हमने तो promise किया था but Food Corporation of India
Okay. Let's stick to the numbers right now. I want to go across to Andhra Pradesh very quickly. Let's take a look at what the numbers for Andhra Pradesh are right now, and this perhaps is going to be one of the most sought after numbers. YSRCP is at 14 here and BJP Plus is at 11. Now it's neck and neck. So clearly you've got the YSRCP's hold on Andhra Pradesh weakening. What's the vote share like? Let's take a look at the vote share in Andhra Pradesh. 50% with the YSRCP, but the Janasena, TDP and BJP together are at 48%. Congress not really making much of a dent. This is quite spectacular, Jay, you would agree. And BJP seems to have made the right choice of going along with the TDP instead of the YSRCP.
Well, actually, it was the TDP which was courting the BJP for the last 3 years. I mean, even without the BJP's nod, they were telling all their party cadre, we're going to have an alliance with BJP. We're going to be. They needed the Janasena and the BJP to take on the YSRCP, which seems to have. Looking on the YSRCP side, what could have worked for them? Of all their Navratnalu schemes, other than one scheme, which is Rayatu Bharosa, all the other schemes are focused on women. Money for child goes to the woman's account. Money for ABC goes to the woman's account. I think that's one thing which is working for him. Therefore, he's been able to tide over the anti-incumbency or rather provide a good fight.
What has worked for the alliance?
For the alliance, frankly, see, there is a normal anti-incumbency against the YSRCP, which would happen. The TDP is seeing a bounce back in its old strongholds. The Janasena was with the TDP last time, but not the BJP. With whatever little acceleration the BJP has given them, it being a joint election with the Lok Sabha election, it has managed to close the gap with YSRCP.
Okay, let's take a look at the comparison.
The TDP never went below its 45% vote share in any of the elections.
It did.
44,
it did.
Yeah.
Below its 40% vote share. 40% vote share. Look at the comparison over here. Yeah. In 2019, the YSRCP was at 22 out of 25 seats. Yeah. This time, it has been whittled down by almost 7 to 8 seats. From 22, it has come to 13 to 15. The TDP from 3 has gone up to 9. The BJP will win 2 seats and the Janasena will get 1. I think it is contesting 2 seats? 2 or 3? 2 seats. So out of the 2 seats it's contesting, it is winning 1 seat. What do you make of this, JVC?
So, see, I think, BJP is the biggest gainer here. Because if you look at it, BJP had 1.96% vote share, which is one of the lowest in the entire country at Andhra in 2019. Now the alliance is doing a big favor for BJP. But I would say, looking at these numbers, because when I look at other poll numbers, they're giving a bigger edge to TDP and BJP alliance.
Does this mean that Jagan's government is over now?
I think Jagan will find it very difficult to form the government again, because the point here is there is an urban anger. There is a rural, probably a fascination for YSRCP, but there is an urban anger.
If I'm not mistaken, in fact, the entire deadline of Hyderabad as capital runs out tomorrow, right?
Exactly.
It runs out tomorrow. And today you have got, so basically there is a lot of urban distress, a lot of rural schemes, businesses suffering. So I met a few businessmen in Hyderabad who said that we don't know, there are so many doles going to the villages, but businesses suffering.
Even Reddy people, business people, they are not this time voting for YSRCP. For the simple fact. The simple fact of the matter is that YSRCP's vote base, which was basically based on Reddy's, have now moved towards scheduled caste, minority, and a little bit of OBC. So that is going to play out. And if Kamma and Reddy are going to vote for TDP, BJP alliance, then YSRCP is in trouble because both these communities are less in number, but highly influential.
But despite the most audacious gamble taken on by Sharmila, not really paying off for the Congress.
Yeah, but what else could the Congress do? They had to, at least some elections you fight for 5. I mean, the Congress was wiped out in Andhra Pradesh. I think they're 2% vote share now, 3?
Exactly.
So, I mean, you've got to try and build your organization up. And if it doesn't do it now, but in government in Telangana and Karnataka, it'll never be able to do it. So the Congress had no choice. They had to do it. And they thought that they could get the legacy of her father.
The Prime Minister has just tweeted right now. Remember, today was a meeting of the INDI alliance. The Prime Minister has responded, I think, to that meeting where he says the opportunistic Indie alliance failed to strike a chord with the voters. They are casteist, communal and corrupt. This alliance aimed to protect a handful of dynasties, failed to present a futuristic vision for the nation. Through their campaign, they only enhanced their expertise on one thing. Modi bashing such regressive politics has been rejected by the people. So I think the first trends coming in of the exit poll and the Prime Minister saying they are communal, casteist and corrupt and they have been rejected by the people.
This from the most honorable Prime Minister who faced his elections on MMM, Mangal Sutra, Muslim and Mujra.
Well, you may disagree with him, but clearly the people have bought into that narrative, Tessie.
I mean, page number 8, Congress manifesto, points number
Listen.
6, 7, 8.
Okay, let's not go back to the manifesto right now. Let's not go back to the manifesto right now. Let's put out the numbers. Sanju Verma, I think, wants to come in. Sanju Verma, Andhra Pradesh clearly made the right choice in going with the rising sun instead of the sinking YSRCP, even though they have been very, very friendly to you.
You know, Padmaja, what is interesting in Andhra Pradesh is that look at how Congress has been marginalized. It is again a two-horse race between the YSRCP and the BJP with just a 2% vote share difference. But I have one point to make. I slightly disagree with your number on one count. You know, while I do agree that our vote share might be 48, 49%, I think given BJP's historical ability to translate vote share into votes far more efficiently than other parties, the 48% vote share of BJP will not lead to just 11 seats. I think BJP alone in Andhra Pradesh will get at least 17 to 18 seats, and I'm being conservative. And this is not bombast or bravado speaking, but please understand that corruption charges against Jagan Reddy have begun to stuck. I don't want to get into the fact that some people from within his own party say, Arey, he's amassed wealth of 2.5 lakh crore, and some people conservatively put that estimate at 43,000 crore. But the big promises he made about development, especially of North Andhra Pradesh, you know, he did nothing. He spoke about privatization of Visakhapatnam steel plant. He did nothing. The Modi government gave him money for 3 industrial corridors, and that money is still lying unspent. So I think the people are very smart. This is a vote against misgovernance of Jagan Reddy.
Okay, let's move now to a state that has made more headlines than the number of seats it has. We're talking about Delhi. Only 7 seats, but Arvind Kejriwal makes it seem like it has 700 seats. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. he's going to go back. He has taken a promise from everyone. Mere maa baap ka khayal rakhna, Tushar Gupta. You have to take care. Everyone has to take care of Arvind Kejriwal's parents. Let's take a look at what the projection is. And it seems, despite that entire sympathy wave, all of the promises that Mr. Kejriwal made, 7 for the BJP, Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, despite having an alliance here, are drawing a blank yet again. Let's take a look at the vote share now. Has there been a moral victory for the alliance in gaining a little bit in vote share? 54% again with the BJP. 40% for the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress alliance. Let's take a look at the comparison from last time around. Where do things stand? The BJP is still at 7, the Congress is still at 0, and Aam Aadmi Party is still at 0. Can I take a look at
percentage?
Yeah.
Poll percentage. Percentage, I think.
Let's take a look at the poll percentage. Do we have the vote share? Do we have the vote share comparison as compared to 2019? We don't have that.
I think it's 52 something.
57
last time.
But Tehseen, it's quite natural. It's quite natural.
It was 57 in 2019, and it is 54%.
Padmaja, I won't read too much into the vote share because now the Congress and the AAP vote would have consolidated in all the 7 seats. So let's not read too much into the vote share. However, Kejriwal's entire 21-day campaign, which was based on exemption, exception and generosity of the courts, was "Aap mujhe vote dijiye, main jail nahi jaunga." The Delhi people have rejected that. To paraphrase him from 2019, Delhi ne lagbhag mana kar diya hai, hame Kejriwal ki politics nahi chahiye. Deputy Chief Minister in prison, Satyendra Jain in prison.
नहीं, but to be fair, दिल्ली को असेंबली में केजरीवाल की पॉलिटिक्स चाहिए. I would stick my neck out and say that in the upcoming assembly election, Kejriwal could very well come back to power.
That if
BJP
is not able to pull up its organizational strength.
Yeah, but I mean, if you speak to, yes, Akash Deep.
Yeah, Padmaja ji, with all respect, I totally disagree with your exit poll on Delhi specifically. In Delhi specifically, Aam Aadmi Party is fighting on 4. Minimum, worst case scenario, it will be winning 2. And
which 2?
One Mahabal Mishra.
Which is West Delhi?
Mahabal ji, and one is Kuldeep ji.
Which is East Delhi.
Yeah. These 2 seats are done deal for Aam Aadmi Party. And I will be also sticking my neck out for Congress seats as well. Congress is winning 2 seats, specifically the Kanhaiya Kumar seat. It is winning for sure. Now listen to me.
I not win in Bihar, sir. How will he win in Delhi, sir?
I totally agree with you. The interesting factor is that Bharatiya Janata Party has removed its 6 sitting MPs. This has impacted at grassroots level. People know.
But the only MP not removed was Manoj Tiwari.
I am shocked. that how the only MP who should have been removed is Manoj Tiwari. And I also think that in Delhi, I expect your polls are wrong, but I also think that at least 2 seats will come.
Sir, I will give my 2 bits. I will give my 2 bits from whatever I have travelled across Delhi. I think people in Delhi are absolutely clear about what they want. They are voting for a Prime Minister.
Yep.
They are absolutely clear that Arvind Kejriwal will not be Prime Minister, Kanhaiya Kumar will not be Prime Minister, Mahabal Mishra will not be Prime Minister. And Delhi is one of those states which is a centralized state. So they are voting for the Prime Minister. Their politics is aligned to what is happening in the country. And so they are voting en masse for the BJP. Also remember, sir, that Delhi is a place where all 7 seats, you had got margins of 5 lakh last time around, right? You had margins of 5 lakh. कहाँ से आप हराओगे उन लोगों को? 5-5 लाख के तो उनके margins थे पिछली बार.
Time and again, since 2014, the Aam Aadmi Party supporters have tried to sell this narrative that Kejriwal is somehow a political equivalent to Narendra Modi. He's not even 1% of Narendra Modi. If you look at the Lok Sabha elections, you required the Congress vote, a party that is reduced to rubbles in Delhi, to come together in the Lok Sabha to have a shot at defeating the BJP. That is not how polity in Delhi works, sir.
Many times, even Kejriwal has said that it is nobody in comparison to Narendra Modi ji. The main agenda that has... he has said. In the recent interviews, he has said that he is nowhere in comparison to Narendra Modi. Yes.
I have never heard him. I have always heard him say कि मोदी जी मुझसे डर गए हैं, मोदी जी मुझसे डर करके भाग रहे हैं. I thought Arvind Kejriwal thought he was a giant killer.
I'll tell you. So one second. Kejriwal is in alliance with Congress, and he's saying Modi ji के बराबर कोई नहीं. ऐसा alliance, no wonder we are losing.
The most interesting thing now this time is that this time Aam Aadmi Party is a national party. Second thing is that Aam Aadmi Party has allied with Congress, so it is part of the India alliance. So these two factors are a little bit different.
One small point. This India alliance now only exists in the narrative of AAP. Rahul Gandhi did a rally in Ashok Vihar, one of the most important areas of Delhi. Arvind Kejriwal was not there. He did a rally in the Ram Leela ground. हम केजरीवाल के लिए रैली कर रहे हैं, केजरीवाल जी के पोस्टर निकलवा दिए. ये जो अब इंडिया अलायंस का नैरेटिव चला है ना 6 महीने, ये अलायंस आपके सपनों में ही है. कांग्रेस के नैरेटिव में कहीं अलायंस नहीं है. कांग्रेस literally piggybacked on AAP to retain, to get back some of their votes in Delhi.
So I have 2 questions for you, Tehseen Poonawalla. One, Rahul Gandhi didn't do any rally for any of the Aam Aadmi Party.
None,
he didn't share a stage with Arvind Kejriwal anywhere. One. And 2, in just a few months from now, both the parties are going to be fighting each other in the assembly elections. Isn't it a fact that in Delhi, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress workers were not comfortable in supporting each other's candidates?
Not just that. I will go a step further with regards to the Aam Aadmi Party, and I do support Kejriwal in the jail. I think that's all against him. The Congress has to understand very, very clearly, and Jay, you will back me up on this, in Padmaja, where the Congress loses, the Congress's main enemy should not be the BJP, is the regional parties that gain. So Aam Aadmi Party's growth has happened at the expense of the Congress. Now, how long should a national party, if these numbers are correct, continue to bank on those very people whose main aim would be to finish off the Congress? I think that is something all of us as because we all want an opposition should think. Because by this way, if the Congress, which is the only other national party with a nationalistic image, whatever you call about it, gets finished off, and you have these regional satraps coming in, how does that work? So Arvind Kejriwal would rather have no Congress and fight a Modi than have a Congress. So Congress needs to figure this out. Also, one more thing. Some of the candidates, he said that one candidate for sure is losing, or the candidate who is not replaced, Manoj Tiwari. I mean, some of these candidates that even the Congress put up, I think the Congress should think. The Delhi is a very nationalist, it's the center of India's politics. If you have people whose perception is not very good, I think the Congress should think about this.
I'm sorry. Okay, Kanhaiya Kumar, the sanction for his prosecution was given by Arvind Kejriwal's government. And now you are going and hugging him and posting pictures and sharing tales of how you spend time in Bihar with each other. You gave the sanction for his prosecution as Chief Minister.
Do you remember the press conference the Congress party did, Ajay Makan, Supriya Shrinate ji, exposing the excise policy scam?
Exactly. So,
I'll tell you one small point. Congress had one opportunity in this election to at least get back some of their vote share in Delhi, because the Aam Aadmi Party could have been sidelined. I don't know what the Congress thinking was. I don't know what the thinking in 10 Janpat was. But allied with the Arvind Kejriwal faction.
They felt it was a strategic retreat. I think Sanju Verma wants to come in. Sanju Verma.
Yeah. You know, Padmaja, the key point to note here is that we had a 100% strike rate in Delhi with a 57% vote share in 2019. And mind you, people keep talking about Arvind Kejriwal, but in 2019 Lok Sabha elections from Delhi, Kejriwal's vote share was just 18%. Whereas in Lok Sabha 2014, the vote share of Aam Aadmi Party from Delhi was about 30 to 33%. So 2019 में केजरीवाल saw a decline in vote share. Seats तो खैर zero मिली कांग्रेस को भी और आम आदमी पार्टी को भी. I think people who say that, you know, oh, this time also Kejriwal, Congress alliance will get 3 to 4 seats, they are living in La La Land. The people are not stupid. They can see through your charade. They can see that the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress are, you know, mollycoddling each other and pretending to be thick as thieves in Delhi. But this is the same alliance which is at loggerheads in Punjab. In Punjab, you have Bhagwant Mann speaking in one language. You have Amrinder Singh warring Raja of the Congress and Pratap Singh Bajwa of the Congress, who never lose an opportunity to take pot shots at Kejriwal and Bhagwant Singh Mann. Do you think the people cannot see through the fact that the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party, their coming together is opportunistic and not based on any political ideology or any common minimum program? And the most important point, just quickly,
confirm that she will not align with Shiromani Akali Dal. After Sukhbir Singh Badal has publicly condemned whatever Prime Minister has done with farmers. Can she confirm that she will never ally with Shiromani Akali Dal? Can she confirm this? No. This is called political opportunism. इसको बोलते हैं political opportunism. कितना कोशिश किया शिरोमणि अकाली दल को अपने साथ लाने की, पर वो नहीं आई. अगले इलेक्शन में वो अगर आ जाए तो ये गले लगा लेंगे.
अरे भाई साहब, राजनीति सीखे. 4-वे कॉन्टेस्ट हुआ पंजाब में, नुकसान आम आदमी पार्टी का हुआ. आपकी 2 सीटें आ रही है. आपकी पंजाब में 2 सीटें आ रही है, इंडिया की 6 आ रही है.
Okay.
Strategy करते रह गए, basic arithmetic
let's not jump the gun on Punjab. Let me actually put out the numbers for Punjab. I think everyone wants to see the numbers for Punjab. What is the seat projection for Punjab?
Very possible.
BJP 4, Aam Aadmi Party 4, and Congress 5.
Very possible, Padmaja. Patiala, Gurdaspur, Hoshiarpur, Jalandhar and even Ludhiana. These 5 seats have a strong
जालंधर में जिसको खड़ा उन्होंने किया है, वो उसको भगाया गया जालंधर से. भगाया गया वो. जालंधर हो ही नहीं सकता. मैं जालंधर में रहा हूं भाई.
और पटियाला
दिल्ली में भी रहे. आप दिल्ली में आम आदमी पार्टी को 4 सीटें दे रहे थे यार. क्या बात कर रहे हो?
Okay, let's try and understand this. You think, Tushar, that this is very possible?
Absolutely.
Which are these 4 seats and why?
You're looking at Gurdaspur and Hoshiarpur from the last time.
Okay.
Those can be retained. You can look at Ludhiana. You can look at Patiala. Praneet Kaur is now BJP candidate. Let's not forget. And Patiala is her bastion.
And Amrinder Singh has goodwill. At the end of the day, people are like saying, Raja Sahab,
Amrinder Singh has not campaigned.
He hasn't campaigned, but he wrote a letter yesterday for Praneet Kaur.
कैसे?
अरे भाई वो उनके साथ है. किसके साथ है? आपको पता है पंजाब में सुनिए
कैंपेन के लिए don't have to go out there.
पंजाब में उन्होंने पंजाब की राजनीति में आज तक अमरिंदर सिंह और बादल साहब के बीच में टकरार होते रहे. जब बादल साहब आते थे, अमरिंदर सिंह को अंदर कर देते थे. सुनिए पूरी बात कैसे बने, किससे that शिरोमणि अकाली दल and अमरिंदर सिंह cannot stay together ever. अब अमरिंदर सिंह आ चुके हैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी में. This is very unlikely alliance, and that is why Amrinder Singh is not campaigning on ground. कैंपेन ही नहीं कर रहा भैया.
आकाश भाई साहब, अब 2 मिनट पहले दिल्ली में कांग्रेस और आपके अलायंस की बात कर रहे थे. 2 मिनट बाद आप कह रहे पंजाब में कांग्रेस और आप अलग लड़े. आप तो अलायंस की बात नहीं करें. नंबर 2, Padmaja. Punjab has been one state that has been immune to the Modi wave since 2014. That's what we have discussed. In 2019 also, it was probably the Modi factor that got them Gurdaspur, where Jhakar lost against Sunny Deol, and Jhakar is easily the strongest Hindu leader in Punjab at this point. They won Hoshiarpur. Hoshiarpur is where the last rally was held. No surprise it can come to the BJP. The 2 seats I'm looking at, 2 of the 3, is either Ludhiana or Patiala or Jalandhar. 2 of the 3 these seats could come. So 4 is not an impossible number. What I will be interested in is, what is the Shiromani number at the end of the day?
Okay, let's take a look at the vote share also. Very quickly, let's take a look at the vote share. What is the vote share in Punjab? You have got Aam Aadmi Party at 28%, BJP at 22%, Congress has the highest at 30%, and Shiromani Akali Dal is at 17%. Can we quickly take a look at the comparison from last time as well in terms of the seat share? The comparison is BJP growing, Congress coming down, Aam Aadmi Party naturally is the biggest gainer, and the Shiromani Akali Dal is the biggest loser. So this, JVC.
See, I have to put a point here clearly saying that Hindu votes are getting consolidated in favor of BJP. It is not dividing. The Sikh votes are dividing. There is a separatist tendency in certain rural pockets of Punjab, and that is where you will see the noise about anti-BJP campaign. But that noise, if you are going to fall for, you will say BJP is zero. But that noise is visible only in the rural.
But look, which are the seats you're giving to BJP in that? What are the seats you're giving?
We will tell you this on Monday. We won't give you the exact seats right now.
But I can tell you for a fact that Patiala Congress is winning, so I would add Patiala out.
How?
Patiala Congress. Congress.
But
Patiala Congress is winning. I can tell you this.
But he's saying Patiala, BJP is winning.
Congress.
Okay, Jay, what do you make of these numbers? So I'll just tell you my overall observations from my friends who have toured Punjab. They have told me only one story of how you have had the BJP candidates being chased out of their villages and largely by the farm unions. Given that kind of reaction, how plausible does this figure of 3 to 5 look to you, Jay?
I think one thing that a lot of the BJP workers we spoke to on the ground much 8-10 months earlier said, if the Congress and the AP contest separately, we have a chance in 4.
Which they have.
Which actually appears to be borne out. So, and that was much closer to the farm agitation than we are today. So perhaps that assessment holds water. कि अगर ये दो अगर अलग से लड़े तो हमारा 3-4 सीटों में चांस बनता है.
Okay, Akashdeep Muni.
I want to ask one question to Jay, that are you counting zero as SAD A and SAD both?
नहीं अभी तो हार जाएगी.
शिरोमणि अकाली दल और
अभी तो हार जाएगी ना वो.
शिरोमणि अकाली दल और शिरोमणि अकाली दल ए दोनों को एक साथ आप कर रहे हो.
वो दोनों साथ में ही, वो दोनों साथ में ही.
क्योंकि खदूर साहब भी
दोनों साथ में ही है.
वो बाय इलेक्शन भी जीते थे ना जब सीएम बन गए.
संजू वर्मा
जितने भी आम आदमी पार्टी के
Padmaja, I'm not in the studio. Can I at least have my say?
Sanju Verma wants to come in, please. Yes.
Thank you. You know, Padmaja, let's be very clear that in Lok Sabha 2024, there are 2 factors which are going to work for BJP in Punjab. You have Captain Amrinder Singh, who's now with the BJP. You have Sunil Jhakar, an organizational grassroots person who's no longer with the Congress and with the BJP. But more importantly, please understand that the people of Punjab are fed up with Bhagwan Singh Mann. He made promises worth 50,000 crore. मैं तो गेहूं और पैडी एमएसपी जो मोदी सरकार तय करेगी उससे 15-20% ज्यादा एमएसपी के ऊपर मैं धान की खरीदारी करूंगा. कुछ नहीं हुआ. पराली बर्निंग इशू रिमेन्स अनसॉल्व्ड. He says I will give 1,500 rupees to every unemployed youth. That promise has not been fulfilled. He said I will give 3,000 rupees per month, to women who are between 18 to 60 years of age, subject to checks and balances. And Punjab is reeling, and actually ready to fall off a cliff. जिस स्टेट की पूरी इकोनॉमी की जीडीपी 4-5 लाख करोड़ है, वहां डेट is already 3.5-4 lakh crore. I mean, look at the kind of mess which first the Congress made, and then the Aam Aadmi Party has only made things from bad to worse. But more importantly, the last important point is this: to Akashdeep Muni, when you talk of the Kejriwal model, Tehseen, can I please finish? When you talk of the Kejriwal model, the people of Punjab will judge Kejriwal's performance, and that is going to have an adversarial impact in Punjab also. Swati Maliwal का फैक्टर नहीं था जो इस बार है. दिल्ली लिकर स्कैम का फैक्टर नहीं था जो इस बार है. लास्ट ईयर ड्यूरिंग फ्लड्स केजरीवाल ने हाथ खड़े कर दिए, घुटने टेक कर कहा मुझसे ना हो पाएगा. Amit Shah, the Modi government had to step in to rescue Delhiites. PWD and sanitation fall under Kejriwal, not under the LG. तो प्रॉब्लम इज केजरीवाल एंड गवर्नेंस का दूर दूर तक कोई नाता नहीं है. एंड द पीपल ऑफ पंजाब विल पनिश केजरीवाल फॉर हिज फेल्ड केजरीवाल मॉडल.
ओके, आकाशदीप मुनि.
This is very interesting that Bharatiya Janata Party whenever speaks lies, झूठी बोलते हैं. क्या करना है? द इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्टर इज आज तक पंजाब की हिस्ट्री में कभी भी दोपहर में फार्मर्स को लाइट नहीं मिलती थी। पहली बार पंजाब के इतिहास में दोपहर में आफ्टरनून में लाइट आ रही है और वो खेती कर पा रहे। आज तक पंजाब में कभी भी संडे को लाइट नहीं होती थी। आप जाएंगे जलंधर में, आप जलंधर की बात कर रहे हो, जलंधर में 9 से लेके रात को 9 बजे तक संडे तो नहीं रुके।
पंजाब was a power surplus. I don't know where the power surplus. Captains fighting BJP was to supply power to Pakistan.
Clearly, Congress and Aam Aadmi Party supporters can't get along.
Can I make a point? Can I make a small point?
Okay, one at a time. Gentlemen, you both support parties that are in alliance with each other. I suggest you solve your problems internally first.
पंजाब में लाइन्स नहीं है, पंजाब में
डेट की बात कर रहा हूँ। 10 सेकंड में मैं डेट की बात करूंगा। जो ये बता रहे थे कि 2.5 लाख 3.5 लाख करोड़ का डेट है, आप भूल गए हो। 2015 में आपकी सरकार थी, 2.5 लाख करोड़ के डेट में आप छोड़ के गए थे। फिर वो 4 लाख 4.5 लाख करोड़ हो गया था जब आम आदमी पार्टी ने टेक ओवर किया। अब डेट घट रहा है, आप थोड़ा सा चेक करिए। और सुनिए,
झूठा है आदमी,
देखिए, और
मतलब सरासर झूठ।
मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ कि पंजाब में क्या दो पे मैं आपको आज चलो 5 सेकंड, उन्होंने मुझे झूठा बोला ना, 5 सेकंड में छोड़ दूंगा। मैं आपको तुषार जी, मैं आपको पूछता हूँ, एक मोनोपोली चलती थी इंडो कैनेडियन बस सर्विस की, पता है आपको? पता है कि नहीं? अरे पता है कि नहीं? पंजाब के
चीफ मिनिस्टर मॉरिटोरियम मांग रहा है, तुम्हारा चीफ मिनिस्टर 5 साल का मॉरिटोरियम मांग रहा है।
सुनो कान खोल के।
अरे भगवान से डरो, झूठ मत बोलो।
Okay, gentlemen, let's come back to the number.
इंडो कैनेडियन बस सर्विस चलती थी सालों से, पंजाब में मोनोपोली चलती थी। पहली बार 10 साल में उसने अपने टैरिफ कम कर दिए, क्योंकि ना कि सरकारी बस सर्विस अब चलने लगी है।
Akashdeep Muni, if everything was so hunky-dory, you would have been rewarded with all 13 of 13 seats. That clearly has not happened.
It will not happen.
According to these numbers, there is...
नहीं होगा इतना, क्योंकि ना कि कांग्रेस भी है, and Congress is not fighting.
But you said
8 seats से था.
What we have witnessed in the last 5 minutes, in the studio is the seeds of contradiction with which the India alliance was formed. We saw the Congress supporter and the AAP supporter talking about Punjab. That is the story of 2024 election.
Pretty much everywhere. 100%, whether it be Kerala, whether it be West Bengal, whether it be Punjab, whether it be Delhi. But I want to go to the Bihar numbers now. Very quickly, I want to go to the Bihar numbers. Bihar, let's take a look at what the ETG projection for 2024 is. And BJP plus is at 31, which means they are losing 8 seats as compared to 2019. RJD and Congress together are getting 8 seats and others are at 1. Let's take a look at the vote share now. The vote share projection for 2024 Lok Sabha elections is 49%. RJD is at 39%. RJD Congress is 39% and others are at 12%. Let's quickly take a look at the comparison between 2019 and 2024. And here is where the figures stand. The BJP is losing a few seats, just about 1 or 2 seats. It's the JDU which is losing a lion's share of the seats, even though, remember, they are the junior partner. In Bihar, they are contesting 1 seat lesser than the BJP. The Congress is gaining. Last time they only had Kishanganj. This time they are likely to get 2 to 3 seats. That's quite a surprise. And RJD getting 4 to 5 seats. Jay, first thoughts.
Yeah. Now, one thing is very clear. The JDU has lost credibility. Palturam, as in, they're calling him there. Clearly, he's not been able to convert even his own Love Kush equation. They said he's the master of the Love Kush equation, the Kurmi Kushwaha social coalition. Even that has not worked. Apparently, some section of the Kushwaha has gone with the RJD. That seems to have happened in some seats. That's point number 1. The second point we are now seeing is, though the CPI-ML is not seen to be winning seats, it's actually helped RJD and Congress convert more. Partly around Patliputra, Karakat, Jehanabad, the CPI-ML has helped the RJD convert something. So one is RJD gets a conversion in the CPI-ML belt, the Congress gets a conversion better in the Kishanganj-Katihar belt. That's the summary.
Okay.
Congress anyways.
Congress
Yes.
may not win in
Kishanganj, I don't think
it's a
Congress will
tripolar
have
fight. It's a
Very-
tripolar. There are two seats.
But at least
There are two seats where we need to look at others. Who are the others? It can either be Papu Yadav or it could be Kishanganj seat won by MIM. There is a strong possibility. My exit poll says NDA is 33 to 38. I think yours is coming to somewhere around close to around 32.
Yeah, that's
So
correct.
32, 33 is the number which we can believe.
Okay, so
It had 17 last time, it's 16 or 15. So
yeah,
it's
so
written.
BJP is holding ground.
Maharashtra, same with Maharashtra.
Yeah, but it's the JDU which is
Which
losing
is
out.
what's happened in Maharashtra. So both the places where the alliance has now gone, shifted from the UPA or the India alliance to the BJP, the alliance has not performed, but BJP's retained its seat.
So you see the poll of polls over there. The BJP overall, or rather the NDA, is getting 33 seats.
Right.
The RJD and Congress together are getting 6 seats, and others are pretty much drawing a blank. I believe we are joined by Mr. K. Annamalai now. Thanks very much, sir, for speaking to us. Rather heartening figures coming out from the south of India. Your first thoughts? It's said about the BJP, it's a party of the north. You are somebody who has spoken up against that, and this election will pretty much seal that deal, you think?
Yes, madam. We were continuously we are talking that the north-south, at least the electoral speech, that would be the last on June 3rd, June 4th. Nobody is going to talk about it in the future. Not only BJP will emerge, it will be the largest party in the southern part of India, without any doubt, when we compare even to any regional party or to Congress, madam. That is number one. Second, and everywhere we'll see a phenomenal growth share in our vote and also the number of MPs. So this would be the last time that argument is made that South is different, South will think differently in terms of electoral calculation and everything. And at least you are giving us a trend, madam. You are giving us a direction which way the wind is going to blow on June 4th. But I believe on June 4th, the results would be even better than what you are projecting.
It should give you great satisfaction that the final hours of the campaign were spent in your state by the Prime Minister.
We are truly delighted, madam. The Honorable Prime Minister chose to visit a first state in 2024 on January 2nd to Tamil Nadu. He opened this 2024 in Tamil Nadu. We were always eager that from Tamil Nadu we should give him good numbers, and good numbers should come from across India. In a way, he chose to close his campaign also in Tamil Nadu. He reached Tamil Nadu, though it's a private personal visit of him, even before 6 p.m. The closing time of campaign he reached, and 45 hours more he was there. And our Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah ji also was in the last day in Tamil Nadu, even 2 hours before the campaign poll closing. And it only shows the kind of love they have for the Tamil culture. When Honorable Prime Minister this year, a lot of visits, last 2 years, a lot of visits, and very openly he's backing Tamil culture, batting for it, taking it across the globe. And we are extremely confident the resurgence is going to happen in a big way. And 2024, June 4th would be even greater joy for all of us, madam.
Your thoughts about the Karnataka numbers, other than your own state, of course. You have campaigned extensively in Karnataka. The fact that the BJP lost out the assembly to the Congress, but seems to have bounced back in the Lok Sabha, even if it's got lesser seats as compared to 2019. What are your observations on the Karnataka numbers?
Frankly speaking, during the course of the election, Congress was running such a one-sided narrative with the media power, money power, muscle power. And the Chief Minister himself, he went extremely low in terms of carrying a chombu around and berating, giving all kinds of false narratives. I don't think any state in India would have gone for that kind of a negative campaigning than what Karnataka Congress did. I am extremely confident, madam. 2019, it was 25. This time, I think it will be minimum of 25 because Karnataka generally surprises you, even when you see the exit poll. It will be an upward revision for BJP because generally Karnataka, the voters, they love Modi ji. 2013, same story. BJP government got replaced. 14 sweep. 2018, same story. 19 sweep. 2023, same story. 24, it will be a sweep. Because Karnataka, it thinks very differently. It sees Modi ji as a son of the soil. And the northern part of Karnataka, it is in sync with Modi ji's vision. What he thinks, the southern part of Karnataka, it is in a different vision of development. So both sides, it thinks slightly different, but both in terms of Modi ji's thinking. North is more about spirituality, more about in the ground, South is more about development. So I'm sure 28, when we see this time, it should at least equalize 25 what BJP got last time, madam. That is my reading.
All right, I'm going to have to leave it at that. We only have to wait for a few more days to find out who is ultimately going to be carrying the chombu. Thanks very much, Mr. Annamalai, for having joined me. Thanks to all of our guests here in the studio. News Hour with Navika Kumar coming up next.